It's the end of the week, which only means one thing. It's time for the weekly wrap-up. And joining me again is the FX freak, Ken. So Ken, global equities came under pressure this week. What does that mean for the FX markets?
Yeah, so we did see a massive sell-off this week across the board for global equities. And there wasn't one particular catalyst for that, but just a couple of reasons just to be wary of. Now, we did see an extended period of bull run for the respective stock markets across the globe. And as the saying goes, what goes up must come back down. So it's only natural that we're seeing the profit taking across the board. We're seeing the respective retracement after the large run of gains. And what we've got to remember as well is globally across the respective central banks, we're starting to see a shift in monetary policy. More central banks and economies are starting to raise rates. They're withdrawing their stimulus. And this is obviously a negative for stock markets, a raising of interest rates and less stimulus in the market. So these are credible reasons as to why we're seeing that. And what this means for the FX market is where we're seeing the pulling out of the riskier assets. People are putting their money into safe haven just because of these drastic falls. And we're seeing the likes of the yen outperform, and also the dollar is continuing its path to recovery and really retracing some of those losses it's encountered over the last sort of couple of weeks or the early part of 2018.
We also had the Bank of England rate decision out this week. How did this affect the pound?
Yeah, so the Bank of England didn't actually make any change with regards to their monetary policy, but there was one particular comment that really stood out from them, and they see the need to raise rates faster than anticipated. So that did send the pound skyrocketing across the board, and they did also upgrade their economic projections, which was very upbeat and really did support that pound strength that we saw, a big jump that was observed for sterling. But that was short-lived, and I think what's on investors' mind is, remember, Carney previously noted that future monetary policy decisions are very much going to be dictated by the Brexit developments. Obviously, we've seen a deal at the back end of last year, but the key now is the transition deal. So once that's all agreed with, I think we will see some further upside to come for the pound. And for cable, I am still calling or looking at 150 as a potential this year.
Another crazy week for crypto traders. What's the next move?
Yeah, so the crypto roller coaster just keeps on going. We've seen some massive swings this week, initially under heavy selling pressure. After the beginning of the week, the SEC and the CFTC did announce that they're to have a hearing in the US to the Senate Banking Committee. So this did spark a lot of panic. People thinking, oh my goodness, they're going to be announcing some sort of regulations or strict controls around that. However, that not being the case, essentially, they just wanted noted about the ICO market and how many scams are doing the rounds within that, and a lot of duds within that, and they essentially want to clean that up. And really, they were quite welcoming to the idea of digital currencies in general. They're just saying, with these scams that are doing their rounds at the moment, they're dampening our young enthusiasm for digital currency. So they are very much for them. And we did see a massive rebound on the back of that relief from the markets. But to be honest, I'm not too sure that the volatility is over yet at the moment. The market's just having a breather and deciding which direction it's going to be going next.
Well, that wraps up this week. Thank you, Ken, for joining us, and thank you at home for clicking back.